Lucy felt a little frightened, but she felt very inquisitive and excited as well. She looked back over her shoulder, and there between the dark tree trunks, she could see the open doorway of the wardrobe and even catch a glimpse of the empty room from which she had set out. She had, of course, left the door open, for she knew that it was a very silly thing to shut oneself into a wardrobe. It seemed to be still daylight there. I can always get back if anything goes wrong, thought Lucy. She began to walk forward, crunch, crunch, over the snow and through the wood towards the other light. In about 10 minutes, she reached it and found it was a lamp-post. As she stood looking at it, wondering why there was a lamp-post in the middle of the wood, and wondering what to do next, she heard a pitter-patter of feet coming towards her. And soon after, there was a very strange person who stepped out from among the trees into the light of the lamp-post. He was only a little taller than Lucy himself, and he carried over his head an umbrella, white with snow. From the waist upward, he was like a man, but his legs were shaped like a goat's. The hair on them was glossy black, and instead of feet, he had goat's hooves. He also had a tail, but Lucy did not notice this at first because it was neatly caught up over the arm that held the umbrella so as to keep it from trailing in the snow. He had a red woolen muffler around his neck, and his skin was rather reddish too. He had a strange but pleasant little face with a short pointed beard and curly hair, and out of the hair there stuck 2 horns, one on each side of his forehead. One of his hands, as I have said, held the umbrella. In the other arm, he carried several brown paper parcels. What with the parcels and the snow, it looked just as if he'd been doing his Christmas shopping. He was a faun, and when he saw Lucy, he gave such a start of surprise that he dropped all his parcels. "Goodness gracious me!" exclaimed the faun. In C.S. Lewis's book, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, Lucy finds a lamp that shows her the way into Narnia, and at the end of the story, the way home. Lights show us the way. The star showed the wise men the way to Jesus, and Jesus is called the light of the world, who shows us the way to God. That is why we have lights on our Christmas tree and candles. Advent is the Christian season of light because it shows us the way to Christmas. Today's Advent idea is an Advent lantern for you to make and paint and pop in a window with a light to show all who see it the way to Christmas. Again, I want to encourage you to make this as your household and to take a photo of it and pop it on our Facebook page so we can see the wonderful work that you're doing. Have fun making your lantern today. Cheers.